Hello everyone, this is HuskyStarcraft here, back with some more StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm action. Oh my god, man, my voice is super high-pitched today because I just woke up and I wanted to jump right into a game. Spawning down the bottom left side, it is going to be JakeBake, which is kind of a fun name to say, but I went through that thing you did in Montreal, should come back. Indeed, WhiteRa should indeed travel, I hope next year to come. And of course, up in the top right side, it is going to be the blue Protoss WhiteRa. Of course, speeding up the game because bad internet. However, I do believe I'm going to be back in LA around Saturday. So that's when I won't have to be speeding up the videos. I won't have to be doing anything special. I can just upload at a regular pace as opposed to one video every 8 hours or whatever it's been so far. So it does look like WhiteRa might actually be going for an expand first build here, as he does have a bunch of probes queued up right here. He is going to be scouting out, spots the spawning pool, should be just fine with his expand first build idea, and indeed down it does go. So it does look like we may be seeing some sort of macro game. But again, I've been keeping an eye on replays like a falcon, and WhiteRa is still one of the only consistent Protoss who is trying to learn Heart of the Swarm. Honestly, he may be one of the best Protoss once the game launches, at least for a little bit, because he has been playing it by far, at least from what I've seen, the absolute most. So more power to WhiteRa. That's why there's more WhiteRa replays than any other Protoss out there. But again, if you guys find any replays from, well, any player, really, I'm willing to cast any player, definitely send them to huskyreplays@gmail.com. Of course, I am focusing on Heart of the Swarm just because I love seeing kind of the metagame shift around. It kind of brings back the excitement of the original beta where you don't know who's going to be good, who's going to figure out the best strategies and all that. Does look like a pretty standard opening here for WhiteRa. What about JakeBake? As that is something that's extremely fun to say. Looks like he's going to go ahead and be macroing. You can see lots of drones on the back of this, as well as the double queen in production now. So that will bring him up, I believe, to 4. No, it's going to bring him up. Is it 5? Or is it going to be 4? Hang on. Okay, so it is going to be 4, so we will have some designated creepers. He's also going to have a lot of inject larvas going back and forth. You can see right now the creep spread has begun. WhiteRa, on the other hand, is working on a quick +1, researching out the warp gate technology as well. And what is his tech going to be? At this point in the game is when you expect to see either more gateways or more tech thrown down. And for WhiteRa, he does have enough money to throw down 3 gateways. Could be 4. 1, 2, 3, and anything else? Anything else, WhiteRa? Is that what you're adding on? It does look like 4 gateways for now. So he could be doing a pretty early timing here off the 4 gate. Now, of course, this isn't an all-in 4 gate or anything like this. This is a delayed 4 gate to show your opponent, hey, I'm going a macro style. So they themselves play macro and then are unprepared for the impending attack. Now, it does look like Robo is going to be added onto the back of this, so it is not a super all-in attack by any means. The probe, though, he needs to keep that alive. Even the fact that there's a probe out here is going to show JakeBake that he needs to start making either defenses or some sort of units to defend this attack that is going to be here relatively soon. I will slow it down as soon as the attack begins, which the pylon is going to be warping in right here. These looks like a lot of Zealots to start off with. Surprised to see no Stalkers. We do have a Mothership Core as well as an early 3rd base on the way. These Zealots can easily be kited by these Queens, though. You can see that's exactly what he's going to attempt to do here. Lots of transduce. He actually has so many queens, he should be able to hold off here. And he does force the production of 12 lings. So does WhiteRa decide to retreat now? It looks like the answer is yes. And he may be looking at this and going, okay, well, did this end up working out? Because he's just going to lose a pylon. He's already lost more money on the units lost. And you got to remember that, number 1, the queens aren't injecting larvae because they're a little bit scared to defend. And number 2, he did have to make 12 Zerglings. So that's going to be 6 less drones. So even though the units lost tab may be favoring Zerg here, just keep in mind that JakeBake's not going to be too happy about how that attack went. Now, of course, he didn't end up dying. He kept all his queens alive, although he is up to 7 queens. Uh-oh, Nidus Worm, and look at this. Some Swarm Host. Where is that Nidus Worm? It is right here. He's got Swarm Host nice right into the main base. And WhiteRa, does he have an observer yet? I think he's producing one. Yes, he does. Okay, where's that observer at? Oh, no, it's so far away that he's not going to be able to defend this directly. And the Swarm Host could even attack from the high ground, I think, just because they have a range attack. But here he goes right here. The Nidus Worm about to pop on out of here. And this is not going to be good for WhiteRa. He doesn't have an observer in position. Although, thankfully for him, he is building a second observer that he has rallied to his main base. And so many queens! Here comes the Swarm Host now inside the main base. What is WhiteRa to do? I would actually just leave the game right now. This is going to be infuriating. I don't know how WhiteRa can actually hope to hold this off. 6 more Swarm Hosts are on the way. Here's the observer, but if the Overseer spots it, that's going to be it. That's going to be all over, and WhiteRa may need to make an Immortal here. He does have one. Remember that Swarm Hosts do count as armored units, so just getting off a couple of shots on them can end up winning that battle super quickly. So WhiteRa needs to get over there on top of these units as quickly as he can, start chrono boosting out these Immortals, but it is just non-stop swarm hosts from here on out. I was wondering why his queen count was so high. Now he's up to 7 queens, and the swarm host count is kind of weird because they're split up, but it looks like 13. The mothership core should be spawning somewhere. Where is that mothership core? I'm actually not sure. I thought he did produce one. There it is right there. Does decide to use Purify, but remember, mothership has very little HP that the queens can actually kill it off in basically no time flat. He has transferred away the probes there, and I always forget to silence my cell phone during these epic battles, but it does look like the main base is going to fall right away. And it looks like, yep, that has to be canceled there. He's not going to be able to save this main base at all. The expansion, I think it will be in range from these queens. Maybe not, though, but either way, he is not going to be able to mine much. We also have creep tumors in the main base, but WhiteRa says enough is enough. He's got to go ahead and go for the counterattack right now. But he has nothing to defend this expansion down here. The queens slowly spraying that creep so they can attack much more quickly. But WhiteRa is way behind its supply here. I don't know how you deal with this many swarm hosts, but it is going to be tough. I think he's only got 1 gateway right now. He is expanding the top center and top left sides, though, being very smart, not allowing this attack to completely count him out of the game. It does think the Immortal has been taken out. But seriously, how does WhiteRa even recover from this? Because the Swarm Host can send unlimited units to his opponent, although he does need to, there you go, rally him down there instead. But it does look like WhiteRa may kill off the Night Swarm. There's no reinforcements now from over here, so it's only going to be the units that he can create. And at this point in the game, he doesn't have... Oh my god, does he not have any drones out of here? There he goes. He needs to escape with the force fields. The drones can't physically get out of here. Every single drone's going to get taken out. Can WhiteRa do the impossible again? I don't know. But his main base is gone. His natural is gone. His third base is surely about to fall, especially if these probes head the wrong way, which WhiteRa paying attention down here instead of where those probes are headed. So far, though, they may be able to escape. But no, the pathing is bad. The pathing is bad. They went the wrong way, so a lot of those units got taken out. WhiteRa trying to mine as much money as he can, adding on robos, adding on gateways here. He does have double robo on the way as well as Twilight Council to try and get out the Blink Stalkers. He is going to go for the main base. The Overlord's going unsure how to actually get out of here, although he needs to make drones right here. Although he doesn't have any money. He has no money. He'd have to cancel his Swarm Host here. WhiteRa throwing down the force fields. The drone's going to try and get the surrounds here. Can they do it? WhiteRa's so low on units. Taking a look at the army supply, it is 85 to 33. WhiteRa is out for blood. He does have the Observer here. He needs to kill off the Swarm Host. Absolutely cannot allow them to keep spawning units on top of his army. But no, the force fields have trapped his own army. 2 more Swarm Hosts are now done. Although now he's directly on top of them. Should be able to clean these up. Goes for the Overseer to keep his, does he still have an Observer somewhere on the map? No, he doesn't. No Observer. He can't actually kill these Swarm Hosts right now. He's going to be chrono boosting out some Observers up here. But the army is now moving back to try and defend. The expansion down here is still mining just a tiny bit. Looks like the cannon might actually be able to kill off this Swarm Host. And he does indeed get one. Every unit he can kill here is going to be huge. And he still can't kill these 2 Swarm Hosts down here. Can he get an Observer down in time? Oh my god, my voice is already tired. The Mothership Core has flown all the way down here and now has full energy. Can use that to attack. Now they can't detect or anything like that, but he can mass recall. And remember, with no Observer here, oh, he is going to get the Infestation Pit. No, he decides the Force Field and kills off one of the Swarm Hosts, almost the second one as well. The Infestation Pit, though, means no more Swarm Hosts at all. All he has, I think, is this 1 hatchery. Does he have 0 drones? He has 0 drones. He can't make any more hatcheries. He can't make any more workers. His income will forever be stuck at 0. He's got to try and win with what he's got, but WhiteRa's income is looking massive. He's at 900. He can't even spend all this money. He needs to make more gateways. He's trying to. He can try and get out an army here. He might actually be able to do it. He's running this army around in circles to try and keep it alive as long as he possibly can. Does JakeBake know about the expansion to the top left? No, he doesn't. He thinks that all that's left is this army, but he is severely mistaken. The expansions in the top left side going completely undetected. WhiteRa running absolutely everywhere, finally getting this army taken out, and he's going to be able to kill off this hatchery. The queens are not the hatchery, but the spawning pool. The queens are not in a position to spread the creep there to save it, so the last buildings that remain are basically what you see is what you get. Oh no! There's spine crawlers up here. I don't know why he did this, but instead of having drones now, he does have spine crawlers. He could have been mining from this expansion here. But WhiteRa, as long as he keeps making an army, as long as he builds up higher and higher, his army supply is going to catch up. He is still pretty far behind. However, JakeBake just needs to go for the kill here. He's got to realize that there are units in the top left side, and if he does not deal with it right now, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He needs something to kill off this pylon, and it looks like the Mothership Core going to town might actually kill off this hatchery. I don't know how how the damage on this works out, but he might be able to clean it up with a mothership core. Are you kidding me? As there's no anti-air for JakeBake, I don't think he can attack air, while WhiteRa is having a difficult time getting detection out. There is still 2 Overseers, though. It's just there's no anti-air, right? Nothing that can attack air aside from the Queens, which where are the Queens even at on the field? I don't even know. There they are, stuck in the center of the map, moving so slowly off of creep, but WhiteRa has managed to stabilize a little bit. He's got his footing. He's able to even get a lot of energy for Chrono Boost here, although I don't think he has it hotkeyed here. No, he doesn't. He is focused on the battles right now, but either way, he's got to watch out for those locusts, because this army is still terrifying. Yes, the Observer can spot, but the Queens can shoot them down. The Overseer are going to be moving forward here. I'm not sure what the Spine Crawlers are doing here, but they're going to join in the fray as well. Needs to keep the Queens alive. They all have full energy right here, so that means that's a lot of transfuse. This Zealot just tanking it like a boss. The Stalker's going for the Overseer, and they don't get it with the transfuse. They're able to save it. It is working down the HP, but uh-oh, Zealots have slipped on down here. These Zealots going completely undetected, and there's no Spine Crawlers, there's no anti-air, there's no way to deal with this. Yes, split up the Zealots, needs to go for the buildings though. However, if JakeBake does not figure out how to kill every single building, the only thing he's going to have left is this mobile Spine Crawler. Oh, that's what he's going to bring with him, is to keep them alive. So losing these buildings down here is actually going to be okay. And the Mothership Core going to town. 3 kills on those Broodlings, now 4. But either way, the Spine Crawler is going to be the important one. JakeBake getting out of position. WhiteRa got to try and use the mobility of the Stalkers here to his advantage. Where's the Observers? They're nowhere to be found, but this Swarm Host over here not being too intelligent, and it does look like he is going to be revealed here. WhiteRa knows that all he has left is those Spine Crawlers. And it does look like JakeBake going to be going all in at this point. He is completely out of position. He is behind in supply. The army supply is finally evened out for the first time. But at the same time, this is a lot of Locusts. I can't remember if he has Enduring Locusts. I think that he does. But either way, he's going to continue pushing those forward. Maybe he doesn't have Enduring Locusts. But either way, WhiteRa's got to try and go for it right now. He's got to try and call up on the Queens, but the transfuses are way too much. These Stalkers are going to blink away. Thankfully for him, he did get out blink. Uh-oh, WhiteRa is supply blocked though, and the Locusts are knocking at the front door, even attacking from the low ground here as JakeBake is shuffling his way directly into the main base. I thought WhiteRa had this for sure, but now I'm not so sure as he is forced to expand down to the bottom left side. And where is his army at? He is looking all over for these remaining buildings, but unfortunately for him, the only buildings are these Spine Crawlers, so at some point he has to engage this army directly. WhiteRa unsure of exactly where these buildings are. Now remember, Spine Crawlers do not take damage while walking off of creep. It's only when they're burrowed off of creep that they take damage. I don't understand it either, but that is exactly how it works. Going to be delaying any production. Look at this, using the Overseer to deny any production on the robotics right now, so no Observer will complete here, it does look like, as the Locust continuing to attack. I don't think he has Enduring Locust, but either way, the Locust is going to be doing lots and lots of damage. The probes actually revealing themselves here. They should probably get back to work. Indeed, there they go. WhiteRa does have enough money to begin his tech once again, can throw down a Cyber Core before he loses these gateways if he wants. Could even throw down another Twilight Council, but as it stands now, WhiteRa decided to attack from the rear and is able to take out one Swarm Host, slowly working down that army supply. But can he do as much damage as he needs to? Right now, it's looking like it's going to be tough for WhiteRa to engage this. Although, as soon as this army unburrows, he can run in, goes for the Overseer, is going to force more and more transfuses. But look at the energy left on these Queens. He's barely made a dent in the amount of energy that remains. And WhiteRa, this shows you the power of the Swarm Host. He can't actually fight up that ramp. He's got good location there. And WhiteRa adding on yet another Nexus in the bottom right side. He knows that his opponent has no mobility. He knows that it needs to stay together. And WhiteRa could actually begin adding on gateways in the bottom right side, which would actually be huge for him to start doing that, because he's starting to get more and more income. Taking a look at the spending, he's starting to pull ahead in the amount of army size that he has. As far as the investment go, economy and technology, he has had to throw down lots of buildings and things like that. So that's why that is way ahead. Down goes one Swarm Host. And this is probably the most immobile army I've ever seen out of Zerg. Queen Swarm Host. It's an army that can't attack until it burrows. WhiteRa does have a lot of Immortals here, but he needs to make sure not to lose them, because it's going to be a while before he gets those back out. Here comes the gateways right now, and you have to remember his tech research that he's done so far does carry over here. Blinks to the high ground. Got to kill off some very valuable Zerglings here. He's also going to save the Nexus, even save the Warp Gate right now. And if these Swarm Hosts don't burrow immediately, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Takes out an Overlord. Every single unit is vital here, and it looks like he will get one Swarm Host. WhiteRa just picking away time and time again. May finally get the momentum he needs. Killing off a third Swarm Host right here. Can WhiteRa actually do it? Going from no main base to the counterattack to the placing bases all over the map. The warp gates are going to be done. The cybernetics core going down now, and he still has not been able to spend all this money that he has. But this shows you the power of Swarmhost, man, where WhiteRa is hugely ahead, about 50, 60 supply ahead, still unable to engage this army directly, but WhiteRa is showing us exactly how to go about it. Where are those stalkers at? There he goes. He's got to snipe one. No, the transfuse saves it, but only for a second. As those stalkers, there's just enough to basically one-shot that Swarmhost, but the Swarmhost count is getting dangerously low for JakeBake. This might actually be it for him here in just a moment. He is going to be pushing forward, and the Immortal Zealot rolls on in. He's got to go for the buildings. He could get the elimination. Is he going to be able to kill off all of those spine callers? More transfuses going down. WhiteRa attacking from the flank as well. There's nothing that JakeBake can do. He did get surrounded, and GG, well played. What an awesome, awesome heart of the Swarm game. WhiteRa, you are the champion of Protoss. You are the only player, at least that I've found, releasing awesome replays. So great game there for WhiteRa, and a good showing by JakeBake. I love that Nidus Swarm into the main base. Very difficult to deal with. WhiteRa barely holding on. So what an outstanding game. I got to stop the video here to upload it ASAP. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.